Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the Central Valley Little Warriors. and gentlemen, and welcome to Sarge Albert Stadium. Tonight, the Central Valley Warriors take on the Blackhawk Cougars. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome head coach Zach Hayward and the Blackhawk Cougars.
Man, they're taking their time walking over there, aren't they? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another night of Central Valley High School football here on the Central Valley School District YouTube network. Thanks for watching the channel tonight. Tom Hayes along with Bryce Hume bringing you all the action of this key Parkway 4A matchup between the Blackhawk Cougars led by fifth-year head coach Zach Hayward and the Central Valley Warriors led by veteran coach Mark Lyons. The Warriors come in on a 32-game winning streak. They are the three-peat WPIAL champions in AAA, 3 in a row, now playing in 4A, and of course have won the last 2 state titles in the state of Pennsylvania in AAA as the Warriors look to remain undefeated. And Bryce, this is a game for Zach Hayward and the Blackhawk Cougars to make a statement, that come out here at Central Valley and prove that you can play with the big boys.
Yeah, especially after last year. We played them twice and got the best of them both times. I wouldn't be surprised if Blackhawk throws a big 1-2 punch at us tonight.
Blackhawks certainly will be ready to play. Zach Hayward, a good coach, now the athletic director as well at Blackhawk High School. What a tremendous quarterback Zach was in his own right at Blackhawk High School, and I had the pleasure of covering his games on the radio at Blackhawk and then later at Geneva College. Also on the staff, Chandler Kincaid, another former great quarterback from Blackhawk. Got a chance to talk to both Zach and Chandler, 2 of the best to ever pitch it in the air for Joe Hamilton, the legendary Hall of Fame coach from Blackhawk, as Zach tries to get that program back to the level of Joe Hamilton, and everybody's trying to get back to the level of Mark Lyons. Nice article in the Post-Gazette this week on Coach Lyons. Mark, 2 games ago, won his 200th career game as a head football coach, and for a guy that's won 5 WPIL titles and 2 state titles, he kind of is a little under the radar, and I'm glad to see the Post-Gazette give him his dues, like a Bob Pelko, a Terry Totten, and guys like that. Mark Lyons is a guy that deserves to be up there on that Mount Rushmore of current high school football coaches. Central Valley, it's homecoming here. And Bryce, congratulations, your beautiful girlfriend is on the court. Why don't you give her a little plug, and you'll be in good graces with her.
Yeah, so. She's the best. Love her, and happy that she's on the court.
And what's your girl's name?
Taylor Godshaw.
Okay, congratulations to Taylor and all the court. They're going to have a big celebration at halftime, but congratulations to the homecoming queen is Mackenzie Sarver, and the football king is Skylar Bundy. So congratulations to them, and they'll be having a lot of festivities that our great guys here from the YouTube channel will be covering at halftime. Again, we want to send our thanks out to Athletic Director Sam Sircone for hooking us up. Ray Freeman, Sean Rendar, and Eddie Eimiller. Those 3 guys are the brains behind the operation. They are the ones, Bryce, to get us on the air. We got the easy job, man. We just get to talk about what's happening in front of us, talk a little high school football, and we're looking forward to it here tonight at Central Valley. The Warriors 5-0 on the season, 2-0 in the Parkway. And Blackhawk will receive this opening kickoff. Didn't didn't see if Central Valley won the toss or deferred, but regardless, Blackhawk's going to receive it. If Central Valley won the toss, I know they defer because Mark always defers. And it'll be Serafino DeSantis to tee it off for the Warriors, coming off a big 54-0 win over Newcastle last week. Conversely, Blackhawk with a 33-16 win over Chartiers Valley. They will host the Aliquippa Quips next week. And Central Valley will be on the road to Montour to face Lucero and the Spartans. So Blackhawk will get the football first. Zach Hayward's offense will get out there, led by their sophomore quarterback, Stephen Canali. Canali, 6'2", 185, pretty good size. Back deep in the middle is Sam Stewart for the Cougars. Cougars in their white shirts, green pants, and the Warriors with the navy blue white trousers here at home. DeSantis gets under it. It's a high, deep kick down to about the 15. Short man on the return, coming to the near side, trying to get outside. Pretty decent yard, loose football. And who's got it? I think DeSantis fell on it.
Serafino got that.
I think Serafino came up with the recovery. And Coach Bean, Johnny Boyle will be happy about that, his special teams coach.
I believe J.J. Wirt, number 27, caused that fumble.
Okay, good call, Bryce. So on the return for Blackhawk, it appeared to be Connor McGraw, but CV will take over at the Blackhawk 35-yard line.
It looked like he had a little lane outside, but we got him.
Got him from behind.
Yeah.
Sidecar Fitzsimmons, and what a year Brett's having. Wow. Johnson's going to throw for it, has a man.
Simpson!
Touchdown! De Niro Simpson's wide open in the secondary for a 35-yard touchdown. The Warriors strike quick. De Niro broke open, and what a great pattern, because Johnson let go of the football before De Niro made his move.
That's anticipation right there, trusting the receiver. And those two are really good friends, and the chemistry's there.
So DeSantis on for the extra point. He has 23 of them on the year, 2 field goals as well. He'll be kicking at the next level. And the extra point is up and good. So 7-0 early on for the Warriors here on homecoming. And Bryce, if you're Central Valley, you like to see that, because sometimes you wonder, you know, you're a little too hyped up for homecoming, and boy, that fumble recovery by DeSantis, stripped by Work, really got the momentum on the side of the Warriors right off the get-go.
Oh yeah, and the one-play touchdown, that was just unbelievable. I thought they were going to hand it off to Fitzsimmons.
Well, Brett, no, why not? He has 770 yards rushing on the year. He's only averaging 17 yards a carry. When's he?
First downs in one carry. That's
14 touchdowns for Brett, the senior, 153.5 yards on the average. Congratulations to Sean, his older brother, had a sack for the Pitt Panthers last Saturday against Rhode Island, getting a little playing time. And that was great to see. So let's see if the Cougars can shake that off and answer the Central Valley touchdown as the Warriors lead it 7-0. High kick, not as deep. And returnable, that's Dante Campagna, and he's down at the 19-yard line.
Tackled by Jeter there. Hard hit, too.
Dante is the proud grandson of Carl Flory, the legendary Riverside football coach in Elwood City, and just he's a Hall of Fame man, Carl Flory, one of the greatest men that I've ever known in my 40 years of broadcasting. I couldn't speak any higher of Mr. Carl Flory. And his grandson Chandler is on the staff now here. His other grandson, Chandler, on the staff here for the Cougars. And we were talking about Brett Fitzsimmons. We want to send good wishes out to his grandfather, Jim, who's going through some health issues right now. Jim, we're praying for you, buddy. Hopefully you'll get back to Sarge Albert Stadium here the next home game in a few weeks. I think they're home 3 weeks from now against West Allegheny. So we want to send our best out to Jim Fitzsimmons, who's a former high school teammate of my late brother Bob Fath at Monaca. 5-yard procedure penalty against the Warriors. Takes them back there, against the Cougars, I should say. Puts them at the 15, 1st and 15. Marquise Watson-Trent, the main back, in that backfield, and he'll get it right here. He has a hole. Nice run out across the 20 for a gain of 6. Nice run there by Marcus Trent. Or Watson-Trent, I should say. Marquise is a junior, 5'10", 180. Brought down by Brett Fitzsimmons, who pretty good linebacker. You know, we talk about his running back ability, but he really one heck of a linebacker.
Sure is. Last year, I remember he had that big sack against Aliquippa. At Aliquippa, it was hit him hard too.
Wide right is Anthony Malagese. Out of the gun is Canale. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going nowhere. Forget about it. No, wait, he breaks a tackle, and now a flag on the play. I don't know if we got a holding, possibly a face mask. I'm not sure what it is, but
or I think that was actually a Blackhawks player's towel that flew out.
Oh, okay. They got, yeah, okay, you're right. No gain on the play. So 3rd down and 9 to go for the Cougars. Already trailing at 7-0. What a big game last week in the Parkway between West Allegheny and Aliquippa. The Quips coming from behind to win it 19-16. West A's for real, folks. Canale throws it out of bounds. He deliberately threw that out of bounds. Intended for Campagna. So it'll be 3 and out in the punt. Well, this is my kind of night. Nice little crisp chill in the air. It's football weather, Bryce.
Yeah.
You know, I've been begging for this all year long. We finally got it.
Yeah. And a beautiful sunset on top of that.
It is. It's picture perfect here at Sarge Albert Stadium. Couldn't ask for a better fall night for high school football, and it's homecoming. And it's dry. That's always a bonus. Thompson picks up the ball at midfield, trying to get some room. And pretty good coverage by Blackhawk, and we got a flag on the play. And the ref, no, he doesn't pick it up. It's at the 49-yard line. I think this is going to be a legal block by the Warriors, you would think.
Yeah, or a hold maybe. I don't.
On the tackle, Grant Wisner.
Good to see my old dear friend Bob Barrickman on the call on radio tonight. We're WBVP along with John Parado. I'll tell you what, I sure do miss working with my man Bob. We've had a lot of good years together, and it was just time for the old man to hang it up. But thankfully, Sam Sircone and the administration, Nick Perry and the guys here at Central Valley put me on board YouTube and brought the old man out of the bullpen to call these games at home. Yep. I'm having a good time.
Now you get to work with the rookie here.
There you go. It's been a pleasure, Bryce.
Yep, learning from the best. There's
Fitzsimmons got it this time. He's to the outside and breaking tackles all the way down to the 30-yard line.
There's a flag, too.
And
might be coming back.
Brett got one block, took it outside. And Dante Campagna saved a touchdown, I think. Yeah, the flag's going to be at the 42-yard line, so let's see. They got called for a hold. Well, Center High School graduate from 1982, Tyrone Dixon, who is recovering from health issues. He's an assistant coach. He tells me that famed quarterback Mark Velasic is watching the game on YouTube. Mark was a great athlete here at Center High School back in the 80s, and of course played at Iowa, quarterback, played in the NFL for a few teams like the Chiefs and the Chargers. And Mark Velasic was one heck of a basketball player too. Mark, if you're listening, if you don't break your wrist in practice, you guys beat Newcastle in the playoffs and you probably win the state title back in 1982. So Mark, welcome aboard the Central Valley YouTube broadcast. Thanks for joining us, and congratulations, Mark, on a tremendous career. You've made Center High School proud. First down, pitch to Hudson. Brady Hudson picks it up at the 45-yard line. Grant Wisner comes up, the nephew of Trent Wisner, the great Trent Wisner, Great running back for the Blackhawk Cougars back in the day. Motion on the left side of the line. That's going to cost the Warriors 5. Bryce, you talked about it. Blackhawk brings a nice contingent of fans no matter where they're going. They have the visiting side packed, and you like to see that. Their student section's pretty fired up.
When I was in the student section, I always looked forward to seeing the opposing student section. Some of the teams that we played last year didn't bring one, so it was kind of hard to watch a blowout.
Well, the Cougars, they'll support them no matter what, win or lose. Johnson's going to throw it for Thompson, and a little bit of contact, and I think that's a good no call. Yeah. That was incidental contact. Downfield by Marquise Watson-Trent. Pretty good coverage. I know I wouldn't want to have to cover Javen Thompson down the field.
Yeah. He's been doing the stiff arm recently. It's been working out tremendously for him. Last week, I remember he had a huge stiff arm.
Second down, 15 to go for the Warriors. Out of the gun is Antoine Johnson. He's going to hand it off to Brett. Brett Fitzsimmons with a nice run. Down to the 39-yard line. It'll be short of the sticks, but it'll be third down and short. It's a nice pickup on second and long. Good blocking up front. We're going to single out some of these guys like Nick McCreary and, of course, Jackson Tanya, Tyler Ondrusik, Skylar Bundy. He's the homecoming king. It's a big honor. Johnson throws it over the middle to Thompson. Thompson's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Javen Thompson from 39 yards out. So 2 touchdown tosses by Antoine Johnson, one to De Niro Simpson, that one to Thompson. So 8:02 in the first, and it's already 13-0 with Serafino DeSantis trying to make it 14-love. And that kick is up and good. The thing about that, if you look at that play, you almost can't fault Marquise Watson-Trent. He's out there on man-to-man coverage. He had no safety help at all. There was no one deep over the middle, and on third and moderate range, well, short yard, was third and about 4. Maybe they're thinking Fitzsimmons is going to run the ball, but still, that one-on-one, that's asking a lot of a high school defensive back to guard Javen Thompson one-on-one. Thompson, what's he listed at? 6'2". He's definitely at least 6'2". Watson-Trent's only 5'10". That'd be like me guarding Javen, only Trent's a little bit faster. Like a whole lot faster. Yeah. So 14-0 Warriors, 2 touchdown passes for Antoine Johnson, a young man that took over the quarterback spot for Matt Merritt last year when Matt suffered a lot of injuries. Blackhawk hasn't had a chance to get untracked offensively. They haven't been playing with good field position early in this game. And DeSantis boots it high, not deep for him at the 20-yard line. Dante Campagna with a nice return out across the 30 to the 33, so that'll be their best start to a drive. That'll mark it technically the 32-yard line. Campagna had a little bit of a seam there, it looked like.
Serafino hasn't been kicking it deep. I wonder if they're trying to avoid their.
Yeah, maybe they respect the deep return guy in Sammy Stewart. Watson-Trent up the middle, maybe a yard or 2. middle of that defensive line with the stop. Jackson Tanya. Matt Jarovac comes in there as well.
Watson Trent, the ball carrier. Tackled by
Tyler Costanza also up front.
gain of 1. Second down 9.
Second down, 9 to go. Happy homecoming thus far for the Warriors. Watson Trent loses the football, and he got it back. He did a great job getting that ball back.
I think he might have been down too, but great job getting it back regardless.
Third down and about 5 to go.
Ball on the 37.
Nice to see the middle school band playing with the high school band. The middle school cheerleaders, my great niece, Brenna Hayes, is one of the middle school cheerleaders. Got to see her before the game in her uniform, looking lovely as always. Thrilled for her to cheer on this field tonight. Watson Trent with short yardage.
Watson Trent.
And that'll be another punt for the Cougars.
And Jeter. Gain of 1. Fourth down 5.
So back to punt at their own 25. Get a number here for you.
Number 2,
Is that Campagna?
maybe?
Yeah, Campagna. Dante with the kick. Nice punt. And Thompson's going to field it, though. Trying to reverse field to find some running room. Can't do it. Now breaks a tackle and gets a couple yards out of it. Great special teams coverage by the Cougars, though. Great job there by Caden Job with the stop.
Tackled by Caden Job
So Blackhawk
and Tristan
Has-
Brunson.
has had the punt on 2 consecutive offensive series.
First and 10, Central Valley's ball on their own 30.
CV at their own 36-yard line. 5:43 to go in this first quarter. Tom Hayes and Bryce June with you tonight. Thanks for tuning in to the Central Valley School District YouTube channel. Simpson to the outside, gets a first down. Still on his feet to midfield. And for a little guy, he can break tackles. De Niro's only 5'7", 140.
De Niro Simpson.
Believe it or not, Bryce, that's about what I was in high school, about 5'7", 140. Now, unfortunately, I'm like 240.
Were you as fast as him in high school?
No way, no.
First and 10, Central Valley's ball on the Cougars 45.
Central Valley at the Cougar 45-yard line, first and 10. In motion is Simpson. He gets it on jet sweep. And picking up decent yardage, Campagna with another stop. Dante's having a nice game. Actually, that was Rylan Jeter, my mistake. Jeter with the catch, or the run. Picked up a nice 6 yards on that jet sweep.
Second down 4.
You just have a sense that Fitzsimmons is going to break one pretty soon. I just have
Yeah.
that feeling.
Me too. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, yep.
He's
there
got
he
it
is.
here, but he's hemmed in. Great defensive stop by the Cougars.
Brett Fitzsimmons.
On the stop for Blackhawk is Thomas Price
Tackled by
and
Bryce
Connor
Jr.
McGraw.
And Brendan Rodriguez. Gain of 1.
Third down, 3 to go for the Warriors.
Third down 3.
They might be in 4-down territory depending on what happens here on third down. They're kind of in no man's land. Fitzsimmons,
There he
doesn't
is.
matter. He's got the first down. Forget about it. Brett the Jet to the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors from 38 yards.
You called it.
37 yards and a touchdown.
What's the saying? You can only hope to contain him, and
Yep.
they've contained him for a little bit, but Brett breaks through for the touchdown there. The Warriors look sharp, both offensively and defensively. DeSanta's extra point and Serafino's true blue, 21-0 CV.
The kick is good. 4:02 left in the first. Central Valley 21. Blackhawk 0.
Every week, someone says, hey, you would think Central Valley would be challenged this week, And they still might be yet. I think that fumble on the opening kickoff for the Cougars just really got them snake bit.
Yeah.
That's hard to overcome that, Bryce. When you're on the road and you're facing the defending state title champions in AAA, 3-time WPIL champions, it's a lot to ask a young team to overcome.
Yeah, and it looked like they came out with a lot of intensity, Blackhawk did, and then it just went down the drain because of the fumble. But
well, if there's one thing I know, a Zach Hayward team will never quit. Yeah. These kids from Blackhawk will fight you to the bitter end no matter what.
WNBA Radio with Paul Barrickman and John Perrotto. And also, view tonight's game on CD Live Stream with Tom Hayes, Bryce Hume, and Ray Freeman.
DeSantis will kick it off from his 40. And this is a deep one, and it's going to go into not into the end zone. Stewart's going to have to pick it up, and he's not going to go anywhere. Great special teams coverage by the Warriors, and I believe that was Mikal Steele.
Stewart on the return from the goal line. Tackled by 33. Riyad Jabber.
Actually, it was Riyad Jabber on the stop. It was 33, not 32. And that'll be at their own 8-yard line, is it? Yep.
again, no field position for Blackhawk.
No, when you're down 21-0 too, you'd like to open up the playbook a little bit, but in this spot of the field, that makes it difficult. Inside handoff. And that time it was Zach Hours. Actually, Tyler Januzzi. We haven't seen Zach Hours yet.
Yeah.
Who's a big player for this team. No gain, second down, 10 to go. They're going to spread it out. And throw it, ball's batted up in the air. Almost intercepted, but dropped. Falls harmlessly to the turf.
Fitzsimmons, who else almost picks that off?
He does everything. I wonder if Coach Lyons makes him drive the bus to away games.
You would think so.
Third down, 10 to go for the Cougars. Blackhawk had a huge win over Mars earlier this year, led by new coach Eric Kasparowicz.
Pocket collapse.
Ball sack. Canale had nowhere to go. I don't even know how he held on to the football. I give Steven credit because I thought that ball was going to come loose. Jackson Tanya and Matt Jerevac are going to converge at the quarterback for the sack. Blackhawk will have to kick it away from their own end zone. And actually, Alex Pritchard is the punter, number 12, not Campagna 2. So the Warriors will have a short field.
Very short field.
Thompson is going to let it roll. They nowhere to run that time. Pretty good job, though, by Pritchard to get out to the 39-yard line. The Blackhawk 30. So the Warriors, again, leading at 21-0 with a short field. Here on homecoming night, we expect a longer halftime than normal because of the homecoming festivities. Of course, we'll bring it to you.
First and 10, Central Valley's ball on the Blackhawk 39.
Get a little airtime for Bryce's girlfriend at halftime. Johnson's going to keep it himself. Johnson with some wheels, and he picks up about 16 yards. Johnson is an underrated runner. He doesn't have to do it a lot. Then we got an injured Cougar on the play. It looks like Brendan Rodriguez is shaken up on the play. So we're going to have a stop in action here as Zach Hayward and the staff. They got a great training staff led by Jeff Sinek. Jeff's one of the best in the business for the Blackhawk Cougars. Central Valley has their own guy, Will Shearer. And I'm sure, Bryce, you've been treated by Will and the staff here as an athlete for the Central Valley Warriors the prior 4 years before matriculating on to Penn State Beaver, my alma mater, although I didn't graduate, but I did go there a couple years. Have you ever gone to the bistro and gotten a free meal from my daughter Kelly yet?
I've not gone there yet, but I will.
Yeah, make sure you tell her it's on her.
All right.
Looks like an ankle injury. It's certainly lower body. Now they bring out a couple players to help them get off the turf. Brendan Rodriguez is a 5'9" sophomore. And he's up, he's walking off, but limping. Appears to be a left ankle.
It's always a scary thing.
Yeah. Bryce, you're going through a little bit of the injury bug too as an athlete at Penn State Beaver, a little shoulder injury. How you feeling now, my friend?
Feeling good.
Good.
Gonna get treated by Will over at Jamie's on Monday, so.
We need to get you ready for spring ball then.
Yeah.
Okay, because you got to get me a free ticket to come over and watch a game.
All right, I will.
Warriors down to the Blackhawk 24. He's going to throw it. Has a man. Thompson can't hold on to the ball's intercepted. And Dante Campagna with an interception.
Good return, Chief.
Great return and a heads-up play by Campagna. The ball bounced off the leg of Thompson, and Campagna was right there. Johnny on the spot. I think, if my information's correct, that might be the first interception of the year for Antoine Johnson.
That was just an unfortunate play. That ball, I thought Thompson had it at first, and then.
Well, the ball was low. He had to go down low for it, and I think he went down low and rolled and didn't get possession of it, and it popped out on him. So the Cougars take over at their own 28.
First and 10, Blackhawks ball on their own 28.
So still 1:53 to go. It's a bit of a long first quarter. 21-0 Warriors. Watson Trent going east to west and can't get anywhere.
This might be the best field positions Blackhawks had so far.
Well, they started at their 33 on one drive. Their 32 actually was the best. So.
Almost.
But darn close, you're right.
No gain.
Second down 10 on the play.
Second down 10.
Wants and tread again, and Jarovac and Tanya trip him up. Boy, Jackson Tanya, what a year he had last year, and he's continuing it this year. You knew he was going to be the focus with the graduation of Sean Fitzsimmons on that line, and Tanya, 6'2", 231, hasn't disappointed in his senior campaign. Third down, 7 to go for the Cougs. Campagna on the screen, and maybe 2 or 3 yards, that's it. They'll have to kick it away again.
Pinelli's pass is complete to Campagna.
Punt number 4 by the Cougars.
4th down.
And that'll do it. That'll run out the clock in this first quarter. Central Valley 21, Blackhawk nothing. Taking a look at the scoring in tonight's first quarter. Blackhawk received the opening kickoff, but they fumbled the ball. Serafina DeSantis, the kicker, recovered it at the Blackhawk 35-yard line on the very first play of the game for the Warriors. Antoine Johnson threw a 35-yard touchdown pass to De Niro Simpson. Serafino DeSantis with the extra point made it 7-0 Warriors. After a Blackhawk punt, Central Valley came right back. Another touchdown pass by Antoine Johnson. This time at 39 yards to Javen Thompson. Antoine Johnson, I should say, to Javen Thompson from 39 yards out. DeSantis kick is good, 14-0. And then with 4:02 to go in the quarter, a 38-yard touchdown run by Brett Fitzsimmons, and the extra point by DeSantis is good. And we have a 21-0 Warrior lead as we begin second quarter action here on the Central Valley School District YouTube channel. And just an honor to be a part of it, Bryce, working with you and the guys that put us on the air. We appreciate the support of our administration that goes out of their way, providing us with top-notch equipment and guys who know what they're doing, like Ray and Sean and Eddie. Nice kick, and Javen Thompson will return it. Little hesitation to the outside. We got a flag.
Block in the back, maybe.
Yeah, guy has to be against the Warriors, you would think. Didn't see a face mask. So the Warriors have had a couple penalties on special teams that, if you're going to nitpick anything that Mark Lyons might want to work on, he'll talk about that, I'm sure, at halftime. He's a perfectionist. You don't win 200 games as a head coach without
perfection.
Yeah, perfection. Paying attention to all the details, all three phases: special teams, offense, defense. Bryce, good to see your grandpap Bill here in attendance tonight. Monaca legend in his own right. Spent a lot of years coaching with the great Dave Nickel. This is gonna back the Warriors all the way up to their 23-yard line.
I don't think that's going to affect them much at all.
And it'll be Fitzsimmons and Brett's decent yardage. They faked the jet sweep to De Niro that time, an inside handoff to Fitzsimmons. Boy, Brett is the type of kid that you have to root for, because he waited his time. Landon Alexander was the star out of the backfield, deservedly so last year. And you knew it was a matter of time before Brett would get his chance. And boy, as he cashed in on those opportunities. And he's got another run here, and he's got another first down, and a lot more. Out across midfield, he's still running down to the 42-yard line, carrying tacklers for about 7 or 8 yards. And another flag on the play.
Backing up
by the quarterback. So this might be coming back. We got a hold on the Warriors. So Brett will have to erase that run from his stats. And again, Mark Lyons not happy. And this is what he's going to talk about. I could almost hear the halftime speech of how he's going to talk about needless penalties. And how, if this game was tied or, relatively closer, how critical they would be. when you're leading 21-0 and dominating, they're not quite as drastic, but when you're playing some tough teams and it's close, these penalties will just kill a drive. And that's a big one. That's going to take it all the way back to the 16-yard line.
From the 17.
Antoine Johnson out of the gun. Inside handoff to Fitzsimmons. He's got about 3.
Fitzsimmons.
Good stop there by the Cougars. Stephen Baldwin with the tackle.
On the tackle, 24, Zach Hours.
Zach Hours up there as well.
11 from the 23.
3rd down, 11 to go. Thompson's wide to the left.
Wouldn't be surprised if they throw it up top to him.
Well, now they have Heckathorn on him, and then Watson Trent is a safety. They throw it, but it's short of the 1st down. Brady Hudson with the catch.
Johnson's pass complete.
So this will be our first Warrior punt.
Tackled by number 58, Eric Davis.
We rarely have to say that.
Yeah, Javen Thompson is the least active punter in the Parkway, I would imagine. High snap. Thompson goes back to get it. Gets a nice boot, though. And he's going to get a heck of a roll. That is all the way down to the 23, 24-yard line. What a roll by Thompson. The receiver came up with a fair catch, but he couldn't make the catch. The ball bounced in front of him, and it took off. So the Cougars thinking they'll have decent field position. Where they at 23-yard line. Canale has not had a lot of time to throw the ball. They've run it exclusively almost, and he takes it himself. And maybe a yard.
Mason Dixon on the stop. Oh, maybe not.
Dixon and Tyler Costanza there.
Mason Dixon.
They'll give him a gain of 1. 2nd down, 9 to go. Pass complete. Short reception there by Tyler Heckathorn.
Canale's pass complete to Heckathorn.
Only a sophomore, already 6'3", 190. Wow, that's great size as a 10th grader.
Peterson on the tackle.
His brother Carson last year was a big weapon of theirs. Now playing at Slippery Rock.
He's at the Rock, okay.
Yeah.
Rock doing well. My buddy Cody Ross, one of their starting linebackers, playing well for the Rocks.
Play IUP this weekend. Big
game. 3rd and 4, and they're going to be short. Marquise Watson Trent got nowhere. 4th down and 4 to go at your own 29. You have to punt it, I would believe.
I think that's what they're going to do. 5 punts now.
Punt number 5. You're right on it, Mr. Hume. Still 21-0 Central Valley with 7:33 to go in the half. Tom Hayes and Bryce Hume bringing you all the action here at beautiful Sarge Albert Stadium.
Oh, well, it looked like he got a hand on it. Oh, roughing the. Looks like it's going to be rough.
Yeah, another flag. But if they touch the football, is that a flag, though? I thought they might have got a hand on the ball, but we'll wait and see. The boss is in the house, Lenny Leeper, the supervisor of officials. He's keeping an eye on this crew. And I want to tell you what, we are blessed with some great officials in the WPIAL. You want to talk about One of the toughest jobs in sports.
Being a referee.
They have it, and they do one heck of a job. You really see it when you go outside the area. You notice, like, during the state playoffs in basketball and football, you really realize how blessed we are with the crews that we have in Western Pennsylvania.
Yep, roughing the punter.
Even if it's running into the kicker, that's a first down because it was only 4th and 4.
Personal foul against Central Valley. Roughing
So,
the kicker.
personal foul will give him 15. And it's actually running into the kicker, I think. Yeah, just a 5-yard penalty, but good enough for the first down.
15-yard penalty and a first down for the Cougars. Their own 37.
So first down Cougars at the 37-yard line. Another big penalty that the Warriors are going to have to clean up. I'm not keeping track of penalties, but I'm thinking at least 5 or 6 in this first half so far have gone against the Warriors.
On the tackle, number 57, Julian Samovoski.
Julian Samovoski with a stop. Second down, 8 to go. Anthony Malagese wide right for the Cougars. It'll give it to Watson Trent, and he's got maybe 3.
Watson Trent.
Boy, the Malagese brothers are some type of baseball players. I had to
You would know, huh?
Yeah, I had to go against them twice each year, but great competitors, great hitters. Boy, they can hit the ball, especially being a center fielder. Tested me out there.
Did you ever rob one of them of a home run?
I've never robbed a home run, but I did make a couple good catches on them.
Okay, I'll give you credit for that. Canale keeps it. He's close to the sticks. Here I think you go for it.
Yeah.
It's 4th and a half a yard. Yeah, I definitely think you go for it here. Or certainly a delayed snap to try to draw the Warriors off sides, unless they give them the first down. Where are they going to mark it? No, it'll be a yard to go.
And what the Warriors, the penalties, maybe Blackhawk is thinking to try and draw them off.
Well, certainly you either, I don't know, you either quick snap it and go for it, or you try to draw them offside. So I don't know if there's any in between, but they go for it, and Canale will have it, I believe.
Yep.
Looks like he got a big enough line surge. Leading the charge up front for the Cougars was Colin Keller.
First and 10 on the Blackhawk 48.
So good call by Zach Hayward to go for the first down and pick it up. He didn't go with the long count. He snapped it. Had faith in his guys to get it, and they did not let him down. Watson Trent hemmed in. He's going to lose a yard or 2.
Watson Trent, the ball carrier. Tackled by De Niro Simpson. Loss on the play.
Second down and 11 is De Niro Simpson. Came up for the stop. 4:20 to go in this first half. 21-0 Warriors. Scored quick and early, but things have kind of calmed down, quieted down a little bit due to some numerous penalties against the Warriors. Watson Trent got back to the original line of scrimmage. Brought down there by Tyler Costanza, who's having a nice game defensively.
Watson Trent, tackled by Tyler Costanza.
Tyler Costanza up front. 6'1", 238-pound junior. Third down and 9 to go for the Cougars. We haven't seen the Cougars throw the ball downfield too much. Maybe there's a chance here now to try it.
A lot of screens from them. They do, I got some analytics before the game. They do run the ball 80% of the time.
And they run it this time. Canale, and he's going to be short of the first down, but it puts him in a situation where I think you got to go for it. It's 4th and 3.
Go for it again.
Why not?
You're in no man's land, so.
Well, it's 4th and 4. Remember, Central Valley will get the second half kickoff too. That's something that you gotta, if you're Zach Hayward, you gotta think about in the back of your mind, like, hey, we gotta give the ball back to them in the second half as well. So we might as well go for it here. In my opinion, I think Zach agrees.
Won't be a QB sneak, you would think, because it's 4 yards and timeout called.
Yeah, he gets a good timeout by Hayward there.
2:37 left in the first half. Timeout, Blackhawk.
You know, I haven't seen number 24, Zach Hours, out on the field yet. I haven't called his number. Now, when I talked to Zach, he listed him as, you know, one of the players to look for. So I don't know if he got ill or got hurt early on and we just didn't notice it, Bryce. But that's a kid that's a heck of a football player that he has 8 receptions on the year out of the backfield. A guy that you would think would get his hands on the football if he's able to play. So I don't know if we can, I might try to grab the Blackhawk coaches at halftime and I'll try to get an update on Zach.
I think he did actually go down on the first play on offense for the Warriors when Simpson broke free. I think, I think he hurt his leg there. He walked off on his own power, though.
That could explain it then. Boy, you hate to see that. Yeah. Great young man, comes from a great family. Fourth down and 4 to go at the CV 46-yard line for the Cougars. They're going to go for it. Interesting call here for Blackhawk.
Doesn't look like they're going to.
And they're going to give it to Watson Trenton. He's not going to get there. He's going to be at least a yard and a half shy of first down. So the Warriors with 2:30 to go. Let's see, 3 timeouts left for Central Valley. Yes, they'll be at the 44, their own 44. With this quick strike offense, 2:30s in 3 timeouts. That's a lifetime for the Warriors.
It's a whole quarter for them.
We'll see if this Blackhawk defense can come up with a big stop. Fake handoff. Johnson's going to have to keep it himself. He's going to run out of bounds to save the clock and a timeout. Good decision there by Antoine Johnson to get out of bounds. Heady play by the senior. He actually got a first down. I thought he stepped out before the sticks, but he got it.
First and 10.
Reminder, it's at halftime. We'll be showing the homecoming festivities on YouTube here as Bryce and I take a break. Inside handoff to Fitzsimmons, and he can't go anywhere. Great defensive play by the Cougars. Nice tackle. One-on-one by Eric Davis. You stop Fitzsimmons one-on-one, you're doing your job. Looks like they got the golf carts in the end zone for the homecoming court. What happened to the days where they had beautiful Corvettes running the girls around?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fitzsimmons with the handoff, short gainer.
I think it's because we just got a new track and we don't want the
no cars on the new track.
No cars.
On the tackle, Heckathorn.
Timeout by the Warriors.
1:40 left in the first half. Timeout.
I thought it was because your dad's Corvette wasn't
Yeah,
available tonight,
yeah.
you know. They couldn't get enough cars lined up.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for your Central Valley cheerleaders. Your Central Valley student body. And your Central Valley marching band.
As always, PA announcer, one of the best in the business, Mike Rossi, acknowledging the cheerleaders, band, and the student section here. He does it every game, and I think that's a nice touch because they're a big part of this program. I mean, that's great what this football team does, but these kids don't do it if they don't have the support behind them. Matter of fact, Mark Lyons told me that before the game. He was talking about homecoming and how much it means to him to have the kind of support that he has here at Central Valley, and how much fun it is for everyone to come to these games and to have success and a lot of fun. Screen pass set up nicely. That's Dixon. Mason Dixon with a move, but he stepped out of bounds at the 40-yard line, 38-yard line.
Going back to touch on your Mark Lyons support talk, we actually named the student section after him, the Lions Den.
I like it. I
Yep.
see the sign down there. Yeah, that's a good idea. Now, when did that come into play?
That was as soon as we started Central Valley. Actually, that's been the Lions Den forever.
Since the beginning, since
Yep.
2010, huh?
Yep.
Fourth and short. The Warriors will have the first down. Brett Fitzsimmons with the carry down to the 30-yard line. 1:28 to go in the half.
Going with a tempo offense here.
2 timeouts left. Yep, they got to hurry a little bit.
Clock stop. Does the clock stop every first down?
Yeah, as soon as they set, until they set the chains. Johnson looking to throw. Too high for Thompson. Jared Malagese with the coverage. You talk about the Malageses, how good they are in baseball, but it's great they're willing to play football as well, you know. Second down and 10 for the Warriors. The incompletion stops the clock. Pass is incomplete. A little low for Thompson.
Pass intended for Thompson, incomplete.
Third down, 10 to go.
Joyce Nepshield.
Well, you're thinking about Serafino DeSantis for a field goal. This would be about a 47-yarder. He's capable of that.
Yeah.
And he's warming up on the sidelines, but I think they'd like to get another 5 yards at least. They like to get a first down, obviously, but still, I'm saying if it comes to that. And they will run it. No, they won't. They'll throw it. Has a man open. And the ball is not held on to. Receiver on the right side couldn't hang on to it. I think that was Brady Hudson. I think his eyes got big there. I think he saw touchdown and just didn't put the ball away. It'll happen. And Serafino is going to attempt.
47.
What would be a 47-yard? Well, where's he going to put it down at? He's going to go 48. He's putting it to 48.
I think he got this.
Okay. It'll be a 48-yarder. Let's see if he can do it. It'll take a good snap and a hold. Kick is up, and I think it's going to be short, and it is. Good effort, but a little bit short and maybe wide right. That's a lot to ask of a high school kicker. Well, give credit to that Blackhawk defense. That was a character stop by that Blackhawk defense on that series. when they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it, that gave Central Valley short field with about 2.5 minutes to go and 3 timeouts, and they came up with the stop.
Joyce Nexfield, once again, your wallet has been turned in at the press box.
And watching Trent with a nice run, and he's got about, he might be out to the sticks. That'll mark him about a half a yard shy.
Tackled by Thompson.
2nd down, 1 to go.
9, 2nd down, 1.
Under a minute to go for the Cougars. They have 2 timeouts should they elect to use them. They might be pretty satisfied with stopping the Warriors there.
Oh.
Up the middle, Mason Dixon with a big hit. And Jackson Tonya. But that charge was led by Mason Dixon,
McGraw, the ball carrier.
the sophomore.
Tackled by Ethan Shearer.
3rd down and short to go.
No gain. 3rd down, 1.
7 seconds. Clock's ticking.
They're going to get one last play off. See if they can break one. And they got a 1st down, but that'll run out the clock.
Wisner.
So that'll wrap it up at halftime. After some early first quarter scoring, we've had a shutout in the 2nd quarter. Touchdowns by De Niro Simpson, a 35-yard catch. Antoine Johnson throwing it. Also Johnson threw a 39-yard ball to Javen Thompson for a touchdown, and a 38-yard touchdown by Brett Fitzsimmons. 3 extra points by Serafina DeSantis. That's where we're at the half. Central Valley 21, Blackhawk nothing. Coming up, our halftime show here on the
Grab your floaties, Central Valley, and jump right in. The band is taking you oceanside. I've got my toes in the water and my brass in the sand. That's brass section. And along with the woodwinds and percussion, you'll hear selections from Pirates of the Caribbean, The Little Mermaid, and 70s rock band sticks. When the sun goes down, the band will be grooving under the direction of drum major Alex Alavi. And our lifeguard on duty is band director Brandon Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Tambolini. Now sit back, relax, and apply that sunscreen as the Blackhawk High School Marching Band presents Just Add Water.
administration, school board, football team and cheerleaders, and the Blackhawk community for all their ongoing support, as well as the following beach bums: Michaela Kalmar, Christine Andrews, Ken Moser, Walker Marks, and Noah Sheemer. Central Valley, we're shaking the sand off our towels and headed out. This has been the Blackhawk High School Marching Band.
Time to get out your 50-50 tickets. If you have the winning number, please bring it to the press box. This week's winner of the Touchdown Club is Donna Belcastro. Tonight's winner in the 50-50 will receive $877. Winning number 681-832. 681-832. If you have this winning ticket, please bring it to the press box. Once again, we'd like to welcome 1230 WBVP and 99.3 FM WBVP Radio with Bob Barrickman and John Parado. And tonight's game being streamed live from CV Stream with Tom Hayes. Some scores courtesy of WBVP Radio. At the half, South Fayette 42, Moon nothing. In the first, Beaver Falls 16, Riverside 6. At the half, Hopewell 27, Quaker Valley 20. Halftime, Neshannock 34, New Brighton 0. At the half, Rochester 21, Laurel 12. At the half, West A 24, Shar Valley 6. And at the half, Aliquippa 26, Ambridge 14. Winner of the 50-50 from Central Valley is Joe Dewhurst.
And getting ready for second half action, Tom Hayes back with you along with Bryce Hume. Beautiful halftime facilities for homecoming here 2022. Congratulations to all the members of the homecoming court. What a truly great honor it is for those young student athletes to be a part of homecoming, always a special night. And so far, it's been a happy homecoming for the Warriors. 21-0 Central Valley with the lead at the half, although Bryce, they had a lot of momentum early on, but then things got a little stagnant with the penalties, and I'm sure Mark Lyons focused on that in his halftime speech. I'm sure he said, guys, we should have at least 21 more points
Yeah.
on the board, if not for all these penalties. And Blackhawk, as we talked about in the first half, they didn't quit, and they're not going to quit. So this first drive of the second half, I would imagine, is going to be very critical because CV will get the football, and you know Blackhawk defensively will love to come up with a stop.
I'm looking for Blackhawk to throw the ball some more down the field this half. They didn't even attempt a pass longer than, I'd say, 5 yards the first half.
Yeah, they couldn't get any time to throw it down the field, so that the pressure up front might have dictated that. But if you're going to try to get back in this football game, something they might have to do. And Zach Hayward, he knows a little bit about the passing game. Trust me, one of the best quarterbacks ever come out of Blackhawk High School, and he knows how to get the ball downfield. So they'll take what's given there, but the biggest key, I think, is for them defensively. That was a nice defensive stand at the end of the half to keep the Warriors off the board when they had stopped Blackhawk on a 4th and 4, and they took over just around midfield with 2.5 minutes to go in the half and 3 timeouts, and they attempted a 48-yard field goal that was wide right and a little bit short by Serafino DeSantis. A lot to ask of a high school kicker, but he's capable of it. But Serafino just didn't get all of his foot into that one, and that was a big defensive stop by Blackhawk. And I'm sure head coach Zach Hayward told his kids that at halftime, Bryce, hey, you got to look for pauses. When you're down 21-0, you've got to tell your kids, you fought hard, you're still in this football game.
A lot of old football players that graduated last year here. See Bryce Wilson on the sideline. And I saw Matt Merritt, talk to him a little bit.
Well, those guys had a lot of fun, your senior class. What a run they had. Back-to-back state champions and very close to being 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So the Cougars will kick it off. Brett Fitzsimmons back deep in the middle. Simpson back deep as well as Devin Thomas. Great soccer player at Blackhawk will kick it off. And we're underway. Short kick as they kick it away from the deep man. And it'll be good field position, though, out across the 37-yard line for the Warriors on the return is Simpson. They're actually Rylan Jeter, I believe, on the return. So Central Valley will take over at their own 40-yard line. Let's put it right on the 40, and they will. Jet sweep to De Niro Simpson, and Simpson with first down yardage. Gain of about 17 on the play into Blackhawk territory. Finally brought down by Connor McGraw. Simpson is so quick. He touched the ball in the first half and scored a touchdown on a 35-yard reception. Touches it this time for an 18-yard gain.
You know, Simpson reminds me of someone that I got to watch for a couple years, is Miles Walker. They share the same number and share the same abilities.
Yeah,
speed.
good analogy. He does have that type of explosiveness. Brett Fitzsimmons with a few.
Stephen Baldwin on the tackle. Gain of 2.
Second down, 8 to go for the Warriors. First drive of the second half is Central Valley leads it 21-0. Johnson on the keeper, and Johnson about a yard short.
Johnson out of bounds at the 35. Third down.
Bring up 3rd down, 1 to go. Tight formation. And into the secondary. Javen Thompson with the carry down to the 20-yard line. They don't put him in the backfield a lot, but when they do, he delivers. He's a heck of a weapon, that young man.
First and 10 from the 22.
Same formation.
And they give it to Fitzsimmons, who gets about 3 off the left tackle.
Tackled by Sam Stewart.
And a nice lead block there by Caden Colville, the senior. Gain of 4. Mason Dixon with it. Mason Dixon down inside the 5 to the 3. Almost took it to the house.
Tackled by Thomas Price Jr.
First and goal at the 2. Thompson with the football. And he's near the goal line, but not in. Short of about a half a yard shy of this goal line.
Eric Davis on the stop.
Eric Davis there defensively for Blackhawk.
Same formation.
Second and goal.
Yeah, keep it tight. Why not? Fitzsimmons walks into the end zone for the touchdown. That was just great line blocking there. I might have scored on that play,
Yeah.
Bryce. I'm not sure. I might have been able to trip in there. Huge hole for Brett,
Yep.
and he finds it. So good opening drive, started at their own 40, 60-yard touchdown drive by the Warriors.
Two rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns so far.
Good balance as the extra point by DeSantis is up and good. That'll make it 28-0. Central Valley.
9:29 left in the third. Central Valley 20.
Well, whatever Coach Lyons said at halftime worked,
Yep.
because that was a flawless drive. Good execution, no penalties. That might be the most important factor, 0 penalties. Now we'll see. Going to be interesting to see if the Cougars can open it up offensively. Sure, they'd like to, but, you know, what you like to do and what the defense gives you can always be 2 different things.
Yep.
Back deep will be Sam Stewart, the sophomore. Don't know if he's related to Nate Stewart, but what a great running back he was at Blackhawk back in the day. Aliquippa was leading Ambridge 26-14 at the half. One of the scores that we had. DeSantis gets into it, and again down to the 10. Stewart on the return across the 20 and hit there immediately. Powering ahead for 5 more yards. Nice effort there by Sam Stewart.
Sam Stewart on the return. Tackled by number 27, J.J. Work.
J.J. Work with another stop on special teams. They'll mark it at the 25-yard line.
First and 10 for the Cougars on their own 25.
$28-0 Warriors lead it. They led it 21-0 at the half. Opening drive of the second half results in a touchdown. Watson Trent goes down after a gain of 1 maybe. Actually, an inside handoff to Dante Campagna. No gain on the play. Jackson Tanya with another stop. 2nd down, 10 to go for the Cougars. Under 50-year head coach Zach Hayward. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, interference.
Flag on the play.
There's the pass I was looking for.
There we go back to the laundry on the field for the Warriors. So that'll be 15 against the Warriors in the 1st down. Out to the 40-yard line.
Yard penalty against Central Valley. Defensive pass interference. 1st and 10. Ball on the 40.
Bryce, our technological crew, is working on some replays for possibly the next home broadcast.
Yeah.
So these guys continue to step up their game. Marquise Watson Trent loses a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11.
Loss of 1. 2nd down and 11 from the 39.
Watson Trent hit hard. And he got to the line of scrimmage, no more. 3rd down, 10 to go.
Correction. Wisner, the ball carrier. Tackled by Keegan Adamson. 3rd down, 10. From the 40.
It's Wisner, Grant Wisner in the backfield now. Long pass, has a man downfield, and that should be pass interference. No question about that one, and the Warriors will give up another 1st down. That actually might be a good pass interference because that's a touchdown if he doesn't interfere with the play.
And in high school, they don't get the spot of the
right,
foul.
which I think is wrong.
Yeah.
2 things I would change if I were in charge of rules in high school. Pass interference would be spot of the infraction, and holding would not be from the spot of infraction. It would be from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Because holding is a killer. You get a holding penalty in the backfield, and they march it 10 yards.
Yeah.
Say you're 7 yards back, they march it. That's a 17-yard penalty. That's too much for high school. And I don't think pass interference is enough. Just my humble opinion. So 2 PIs on this drive against the Warriors defense. We'll have Blackhawk into Central Valley territory at the 45. Fumble on the play. Canale had the ball, and I think he lost it.
Yeah, I think they're calling him down.
Are they going to say he was down? Wow.
Picks up 5.
You're going to say he was down.
56. Costanza on the tackle.
Big play there. Big break there by the Cougars. Second down, 5 to go.
Oh, good tackle.
What a play in the backfield by the Warriors defensively.
Watson Trent.
Was that Tanya?
No, JJ Work.
JJ Work again. He is working.
We've been calling his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, he's having a heck of a game. Only a freshman, too.
Yeah.
5'10", 160. Third down, 6 to go. Campagna's hit immediately on the catch and only gained a couple. Got to go for it here on 4th and 4.
Complete to Campagna. Tackle by Gennaro Simpson. No gain. 4th down, 6.
4th down at about 6 to go. You're down 28-0. Might as well go for it here. Don't gain a lot by punting it away. Pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. I think Tanya got a hand on it. So the Cougars turn it over on downs. Had a drive going based on 2 pass interference penalties. Warriors at their own 41 take over with a 28-0 lead. 5:25 to go in this 3rd quarter. Homecoming night here on a beautiful night at Sarge Albert Stadium.
There he goes.
Fitzsimmons into the secondary. Wisner brings him down at the 20-yard line, but not before a big gainer by Brett. Sam Stewart in with the tackle as well. That'll give the Warriors a first down at the Blackhawk 22. 28-0, and another 7 here will put the mercy rule in effect if they can punch it in. Screen pass to Jeter. Jeter breaking tackles inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, Warriors. Ryland Jeter with a little bit of speed there. A lot of speed, I should say. 1st and goal at the 7. See if they go to that power package, but they're not. They're going to go Fitzsimmons in the sidecar lone set. Well, kind of in the eye now as Jerevac goes in motion. Low snap. Johnson has to keep it, and he just takes it out of bounds as they lose 3 on the play to the 10. That's a smart play by Antoine Johnson. You try to hand that ball off there, and you more than likely cause a fumble.
I think they're going to go in the jumbo look now.
Dixon called into the lineup.
Yep.
2nd and goal at the 9. Heavy package. It'll be Fitzsimmons. Brett's breaking tackles. Oh boy, he's a tough young man. 5'11", 185, but just a heady football player.
Yep.
He's down to the 4. 3rd and goal. Fumble. Johnson falls on it. Now it's 4th down. And is it DeSantis time?
It's not looking like it. We're going to go for it.
Well, you're that close to the goal line. You try to want to get that mercy roll running if you can. Pitch back to Fitzsimmons. Pretty good option. Touchdown, Brett. 5-yard touchdown run.
What is that, 3 on the night for
It's
Brett?
his 2nd of the 2nd half and his 3rd of the night. You're right. Which gives him, I believe, what, 17 on the year? Let me check my notes here. Yeah, 17 touchdowns on the season.
That's something else.
Mercy roll in effect if DeSantis can convert. And he does. It's 35-0 Warriors with 3:36 to go in the third quarter. And again, once the mercy rule starts, it can't be stopped, because even if Blackhawk would score, it will continue to run. Once you hit the 35 mark.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can't go. You can't cut into it. It's once you invoke the mercy rule, it's mercy till the game's over, no matter what the score is. That O-line, though, Bryce, the O-line never gets enough credit. That was a huge hole. Brett, although, to be a good running back, one thing about Brett, we talk about his strength and his speed, but how about his vision?
Yeah.
He sees the hole so well. Saw it quickly, hits it quickly, scores quickly. 35-0 Warriors. Sam Stewart with the return. He got out to the 16-yard line.
Stewart from the 6-yard line.
So the first unit had to play a little longer tonight than they have in any game this year, which you have to start doing, because you're going to start. You get down to the end of the year, you end your regular season with West Allegheny at home and Aliquippa on the road at Freedom. That's a tough task for the Warriors to end the season with. Stewart goes nowhere.
Sam Stewart.
They spring it out laterally. J.J. Work with another stop.
Stop for no gain. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at their own 17 for the Cougars. Procedure penalty on the Cougars will cost them 5.
Illegal procedure against Blackhawk.
Central Valley will travel to Montour, Burco Stadium next Friday night, as Blackhawk, will host the Aliquippa Quips. Watson Trent, or Campagna with the carry, or no, actually that was Wisner, my apologies.
Wisner.
Got an injured Warrior on the play, it appears. And now that player is up. Looks like a little cramping.
Looks like Mason Dixon, maybe. Maybe I can't read the numbers.
Yeah, numbers are tough when he's bent over like that. Doesn't appear to be anything serious. He's walking off on his own power. Might have got the wind knocked out of him.
I believe it is Mason Dixon. Hope he. Maybe it's just a little stinger.
Yeah, that's him. He's all right. Yeah. They're not even attending to him. I think it's just he got to catch his wind.
Yeah.
3rd down and 12 to go for the Cougars. Deep pass way downfield, has a man, incomplete.
Good coverage.
Great coverage.
It was a good ball too. That was a good throw.
Anthony Malagis, the intended receiver.
Defending on the play, number 4, John
John Peterson on the defense. Another Blackhawk punt.
Is that 6?
Should be, I think, 6. Let me see. No, yep, number 6. Getting a lot of work tonight is Alex Pritchard. Timeout, Blackhawk. Just under a minute to go in the third quarter. West Allegheny was leading Char Valley 29-6 at the half. Try to get you some more updates as we Montour 24, Newcastle nothing. Central Valley's next opponent looking good tonight. Beaver was leading Brentwood 14-6 in the third. Burgestown leading Cornell 19-6. Beaver now leading Brentwood 21-6. Thompson back at his own 40. Waiting Pritchard's kick. And they're going to kick it towards the sideline. It's going to bounce that way. Takes a Warrior bounce out of bounds right in front of the Blackhawk bench. CV will have it at the Cougar 42-yard line. Starting to see some new jerseys out there. It'll be Stephen Rutherford at quarterback now for the Warriors as Antoine Johnson's night is over. And what a night he had.
Oh.
Is that Singleton? Singleton with the football down to the 20-yard line. Brant.
No, was it? It looked like Singleton. I don't think 22.
Yeah, I think it was Brandon Singleton. He's shown some life this year. Anytime he's gotten a chance to run the football, he's been productive.
Made a lot of guys miss there.
That'll be the last play of the third quarter. Central Valley 35, Blackhawk 0. As the Cougars, or I should say as the Warriors starting to clear the bench now with a 35-0 lead and 12 minutes of football left. Central Valley, kind of quietly now, 33 games in a row if they hold on to this win. In all likelihood they will with the 35-0 lead. You think about winning 33 football games in a row, that's unheard of.
Ahead,
Jet sweep to the outside, that is Tyler Young. Tyler Young, a senior, give it a chance. Grant Wisner with another stop. Down to the 2. So these backups, they want to score too. They want to play hard. And a loss on a play. They tried to run the same play the other way, and a big loss. Good play by Thomas Price Jr. Second and goal at the 6.
Second and goal.
Rutherford out of the gun. Sidecar left to Singleton. Motion again. They give it to him again. Young gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors. Tyler Young from 6 yards out. What a thrill that has to be for the senior.
Ty also plays basketball for the Warriors, alongside some of the other players on this football team. A lot of multi-sport athletes here.
Ben Shore will be the place kicker on this one. Shore's kick is up and good. And that'll make it 42-0. CV. Well, back in the 90s, the earlier 90s more importantly, and throughout that decade, this was the Cougars did this to teams. Bryce, back in the 90s, my late great brother-in-law Jim Wilson was an offensive coordinator under Joe Hamilton, the legendary coach, and boy, they had some football teams back in the day. And given time, Zach Hayward will get this program back to those lofty heights, but it takes some time. And of course, things are a lot different nowadays with 6 classifications. But the Cougars, with a good young head coach in Zach Hayward and a beautiful new stadium on campus at the high school now. Although I got to admit, I miss going to games down at Northwestern Stadium.
Yep.
That place was cool. Kick to the 10. It'll be Stewart again. And he gets out to the 22.
Sam Stewart from the 10. Tackled by number 16, Marcus Lawson.
Serafina DeSantis did kick off, so obviously they're working on Ben Shore's length and leg strength. Pass incomplete. Too far out in front of Adante Campagna. Second down, 10 to go. This is when you notice the mercy clock, an incomplete pass, and the clock's still running. Inside handoff, no gain.
Watson trapped the ball carrier. Tackled by number 50, Brendan Alexander.
Brendan Alexander with the stop. Abram Tatalovich in there as well. Son of defensive coordinator Wayne Tatalovich. Third down, 11 to go. Canale can throw the football, has a man downfield, and that ball was caught by Tyler Heckathorn. There was a little hand checking going on down the field. They let it go. Stephen Canale can really air it out when he wants to go downfield. Pass complete to Stewart.
Canales pass complete to Stewart. 29, Aaron Lawson on the tackle.
Aaron Lawson, a freshman with the stop.
Gain of 4, second down, 6.
Picked up 4 yards on that play. Campagna, short yardage gain. Good play defensively.
27,
J.J. Work again. Aaron Lawson, I thought, was there too. Third down, 6 to go for the Cougars, trying to get on the board. Canales wrapped up. Good pressure up front.
Number 6, Stephen Canale, sacked by number 52, Dylan Shamil.
Dylan Shamil with the stop. He has the sack.
Fourth down, 9. The ball number 35.
Fourth down, 9 to go. Canale's going to go for the ropes. He goes into the end zone, near the end zone, incomplete. Good coverage back deep by the Warriors.
Canale's pass intended for Malachi's.
B.J. Nastic almost came away with a pick there.
Broken up by number 23, DJ Nastic.
Yep, you're right. Nastic had a hand on it.
I think his eyes got a little too
Yeah.
big there.
First and 10.
So the Warriors will take over on downs. At the 35, their own 35. Still 42-0 Central Valley. Jet sweep. Loses the football, but getting it back.
Malachi Parham there.
Malachi Parham, the ball carrier.
So a lot of different guys touching the football.
Tackled by number 18.
It's a battle of the twins tonight. Malachi and Mackay Parham and the Malagys twins.
There you go.
Down 8.
Now, when I played against the Malagys in baseball, I couldn't tell who was up, so I had to judge it by their walk-up song.
Oh, there you
And
go.
then I would know which way to shift because they tend to hit in different areas.
Short gain inside.
Tackled by Eric O'Neill. Third down, 5. Ball on the 40.
3rd and 5 for the Warriors at their 40. Stevenson's going to keep it, or check that Rutherford, and he is corralled. Boy, that is almost a
It has to be a face mask.
horse collar or something tackle. I don't know.
Tackled by Grant Wisner.
Stephen Rutherford was still got the first down, but Mark Lyons wasn't happy about that. And Lyons is going to take a timeout. He wants to talk to the official about
Yeah.
that no call. And that's just, you know what, that's just standing up for your player. He said he ripped his face mask off, or tried to. You could tell by his hand signals that he thought that he was grabbed too high. From our vantage point, I couldn't see it. It was a high tackle.
Yeah.
I don't know what he got.
usually on the high tackles, anybody that sees that automatically assumes a face
Yeah,
mask.
you think
but
that, but
it
you
could,
can tackle a guy's
yeah.
head. I mean, you can
Yeah.
grab a guy's head and tackle him, as long as you're not tugging on the face mask. Can't grab the face mask or reach inside the shoulders and grab the shoulder pads. Mark's out there for a long time discussing this. You would think you would not think it's 42-0. But he is looking out for the best interests of his guys, and that's the way it's got to be. Singleton with a couple.
Singleton. Tackled by Eric O'Neill and Connor McGraw. Gain of 2. Second down 8. Ball on the 47.
Second down 8 to go for the Warriors. They're at their own 47. Another tight handoff across midfield into Cougar land. Mackay Parham with the carry that time.
Jamison Feely. Third down 4.
Rutherford keeps it on a low snap, and he might have first down yardage actually. Well, the Warriors shut out Newcastle 54-0 last week, and 2:25 away from a second consecutive shutout. So this defense starting to assert themselves a little more. Parham again, good yardage. That's Mackay.
Tackled by Sam Stewart. Gain of 6, second down 4. Ball on the 39.
Parham again with the carry. Going to be short of the sticks. Be third down and short.
Brought down by Mason 5.
1:15 to go in the game.
Third down 3.
Third and 3 for the Warriors. Jet sweep again for the first down. And a lot more to the outside. It's a race to the end zone. He's knocked out of bounds at the 1 yard line. That is Malachi Parham.
Number 9, Malachi Parham. To the 2.
They must have seen something defensively against Blackhawk that they think that this jet sweep can work. And you know what? They're right. It's worked all night long.
To either side, honestly.
Right. I think the Warriors here will just let the clock run out at the 2 yard line. No need to do anything else at this point.
That was the last play of the game. Your
Final score, Central Valley 42, Blackhawk nothing. Let's recap the touchdowns for the Warriors before we send it home. The first half started. Very first drive, Blackhawk fumbled the opening kickoff. De Niro Simpson scored on a 35-yard reception from Antoine Johnson. And the extra point was good by Serafina DeSantis. Also a 39-yard touchdown catch by Javen Thompson, throw by Johnson. 14-0 after the DeSantis kick. 38-yard touchdown run by Brett Fitzsimmons with 4 minutes to go in the half. And that made it 21-0 at the half. In the second half, Brett Fitzsimmons scored again. Short run this time to make it 28-0 with 9:24 to go in the third. Extra point good again by DeSantis, and then another touchdown by Brett Fitzsimmons, a 5-yard run by Brett this time, made it 35-0. And then after the reserves got into the game, Tyler Young scored on a 6-yard run with 10:42 to go in the ball game. Ben Shore with the extra point. That gave us our score of 42-0. Bryce, Central Valley goes to 6-0. They're undefeated in the Parkway at 3-0. 33 games in a row. This Warrior machine keeps clicking, and they have yet to be challenged yet on this season, but you know, looming down the road. You look at the teams like West Allegheny and Aliquippa. If you're Mark Lyons and the kids, you don't want to look too far ahead, but a pretty solid night here on homecoming. All right, we'll be back in 3 weeks. We're going to get a little bit of a break here. They have 2 road games, the Warriors do, at Montour, at Ambridge, and we'll be back for West Allegheny here in 3 weeks. Again, for Bryce Hume, this is Tom Hayes saying thanks so much for watching us tonight and listening here and viewing on the Central Valley School District YouTube television channel. Final score once again, Central Valley 42.